Okay, hi everybody. It looks like I'm live. I think this is going smoothly this time, which is nice. Welcome. Let me take a minute to introduce myself and give people time to show up and check as I do, I feel like every single time. Huh, I didn't get something saying that I'm live, which is concerning. Oh, there it is. No, I'm live. Isn't my hair lovely? All right, sorry. Okay, so let me take a second to introduce myself. My name is Melanie Sibley. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in private practice here in Champaign, Illinois. I'm sorry, I promise I'm not vain. It's just I need a haircut. It's really long. And of course, I can't get a haircut right now. Okay, so licensed clinical social worker in Champaign, Illinois. I specialize in anxiety, addiction, trauma, and depression. I am EMDR trained, pursuing my certification. I'm excited. I have another consultation meeting tomorrow, virtually, of course. And I've started reading a new EMDR book, which is beautiful that I have the bandwidth to actually start learning again. I couldn't do that for really up until last week. Every time I tried to concentrate, it would just go out the window. So, progress, not perfection. Um, okay, so let us start as we always do. Yay! Hi, Amy. So that's really nice that I can see who's showing up again. That makes me happy. So, hi, Amy. Thanks for joining in. I'm going to start this live as I do every single time with some 478 breathing. So do this, don't do this, your choice. I won't know regardless, of course. And 478 breathing helps with anxiety, stress, anger, deep breathing, belly breathing, abdomen breathing. Physically slows you down. It physically relaxes you, which helps counteract anxiety. Focusing on the numbers and counting helps put just a little bit of space between you and any negative thoughts, any spinning or spiraling that you might be feeling. So although I am barely comfortable doing Facebook Lives at this point, it still geeks me up. Like in my mind, I'm fine. In my body always speeds up. My heart rate's a little bit more. My speech increases, which is not helpful. So I like doing 478 breathing first to help settle me so that I can be more present with all of you guys. But also, if you're not in a good place, then I'm hoping if you go ahead and do this with me, it'll settle you so that you can hear more. Because, of course, we know, or I know, and I've talked about it in the past, that when our fight or flight gets activated, one of the many bodily reactions we have is our prefrontal cortex up here, which is where the thinking, the rational, the logic, that goes offline. And it makes sense. We don't need to be thinking and rational if we're in danger of being eaten by a predator. We just need to react. So 478 breathing helps ground us and it helps bring us back, bring our prefrontal cortex back online, which means I can think better to give you the information I want to share, and you can think better so that you're better able to take in the information I want to share. So I will explain how to do it, talk through once, and then I will go ahead and do it a couple times and let you do it or click off or be bored or whatever at, while I'm doing it. So 478, and it's breathing from your belly as much as you can, breathing in for the count of 4, holding for 5, 6, 7, out on a really slow 8. All right, so I'll talk us through it one time. So you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 6, 7, out, really slow 8. Now I'm going to do it a couple times. Hopefully you will too. Okay. So I always feel a little weird closing my eyes with the video recorder on me and just doing this. But I know I can physically feel myself settle afterwards. So I think I am better able to be present with you in whatever form you're consuming this if I do 478 breathing, and hopefully you find it useful too. So I have some news to share. I'm kind of excited about both things. The first is, so this is April 21st. So starting next week, um, I have formed a Hanraku Academy is like my other business. And through Hanraku Academy, I've created yet a new Facebook group. I forgot to put the link to it in this. I apologize. I'll add it in the notes or something. So I've created this Hanraku Academy's virtual summit. The goal is next week that we are going to have many people come on at different points during the day to go live to share tips, tricks, techniques. If I can find people to do entertainment. I have somebody that's going to come on. She's the creator and founder of Strong Witness. She's a very dear friend of mine. And she's going to talk about the power of using your voice and how that empowers you and frees you. So she's going to do a live about that. I have, I think one, maybe two. One's a retired teacher, one's an online tutor. They're going to come talk about studying successfully at home. I have an ADHD therapist who's going to come on with tips and tricks about how to manage your ADHD and study effectively at home. I have somebody else who is a perinatal therapist. I'm not sure, but and I'm also looking for like doulas, midwives, other people to talk about this experience of being pregnant or just having a baby and being a new mom while we're sheltering in place. Because I can't even comprehend how challenging that is. I'm looking for yoga instructors, hairstylists, crafty moms that have ingenious ways to keep your kids, or dads that have ways to keep your kids having fun. Anybody that will be brave enough to go live and share whatever resources or entertainment. I have somebody that's going to talk about starting a garden with your kids and how to do that. So really the sky is the limit. If you have something that you think is useful that you're like, tell all your friends, oh my God, I've been doing this. This is awesome. And if you're willing to go live, please hit me up and I will add you to the schedule. I should be getting it on email probably tomorrow with that schedule, and we'll go from there. The other big news I have is through Hanraku Academy, I have been in the process of creating a therapist directory. There's a website, there's some useful blogs. I need to catch up. I have some people that have given me blogs to post, and I've not done it. I apologize. I love you guys. I'm so sorry. I feel like I just like everybody got swamped. So this therapist directory will be launching. My goal is April 1st, April 5th. And it will be small. It will be local to Champaign-Urbana, and it will be easy to navigate. So Psychology Today, which is where we usually go for therapists, is a fucking hot mess. Like 2/3 of the people on there don't, they don't practice. They're in a group practice. They're not accepting new clients, but they're still in a directory to promote other businesses, whatever. This is going to be smaller, but it's going to be real and it's going to stay real time. It's going to stay current. So when you look at my profile, I'm not going to be like, I'm a play therapist, or if I'm full, I'm accepting new clients so that I can have you call me and I can send you to somebody else. There's not going to be any of that bullshit. You're going to see exactly who this person is, be able to go to their website, know what hours they have, what insurance they have. So again, I've been getting screenshots, not today, but yesterday, lots of screenshots from my web developer, and that will absolutely be up and running beginning of April. So that's something to look forward to, and that will help you navigate finding a therapist easier. I want to talk about just tips and tricks. I know I cover these every week, but I think it's useful I'm curious though, and I want to hear from you guys. How are you doing sheltering in place? I'm hearing more and more, there's still struggles, but I feel like people are kind of like, okay, I'm settling in. I fucking hate this, but I'm learning how to navigate it. And so I'm really curious, how are you doing? I think I had my first really pleasant weekend, just relaxed, chilled. I loved it. My best week sleep was last week. And I mean, it's not like I like this, but I can be successful and I can be relatively okay with it. So how are you guys doing? So we know this, right? Watch your media intake, news, Facebook, whatever. Watch what you're watching and how much you're consuming. Get out of the house every day. I think in Illinois, we're really lucky. My understanding is there's other places where they're like, nope, you can't even go outside. We can. So go outside, go for a walk, get fresh air, get sunshine. The weather, thank you. Thank you. It is gorgeous out. Take advantage of that. We're very fortunate to have good weather and to be able to go outside as much as you can. I hope that you have that routine down and that you're getting up and going to bed at the same time, taking your meds, eating somewhat healthy, watch the sugary snacks, of course. And again, I'll say when this first started, I was like, whatever, I just need to eat to survive. And my positive eating habits went out the window, and I've been coming much back into my old healthy eating habits, which is a relief to come back to. Stay connected, phone, text, Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, this. Like there's so many ways. It's not nearly as good as being in person, but fuck it, it's better than nothing. If you have the headspace, volunteer, because I think that getting outside of yourself and tending to other people is probably one of the best things we can do for ourselves. I learned that a long time ago with friends at Bill W. It was one of my first things I learned, and it's probably one of the things that has stuck the most with me. Okay, other things. I'm curious. So I have been having like not necessarily bad dreams, but just weird, vivid dreams. And I've been talking to friends, family, client, and it seems to be happening more and more with a lot of people. Like I don't remember my dreams that often. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Lately, I've been remembering them, and they've been really vivid and really random. So I'm curious, are you guys experiencing that too? And again, if you are, I so want to hear from you. But if not, whatevs. But this is becoming a thing, and I'm really lucky that I ran across this article probably on Reddit because I spend way too much time on Reddit. And this is actually from National Geographic, so hopefully you consider that a reliable source. I know I do. And I think, oh, I lost my page. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Yep, live with the studio audience. Anyway, so I kind of just wrote this quote down, typed it, copied and pasted it, whatever, because I wanted to share this because I think it helps normalize. So many weird things are happening. And when I know the rest of the country and the rest of the world is experiencing it, I can breathe. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not losing my mind. This is one of these experiences. So this is a direct quote from National Geographic's article on this. With hundreds of millions of people sheltering at home during the coronavirus pandemic, some dream experts believe that withdrawal from our usual environments and daily stimuli has left dreamers with a dearth of inspiration, forcing our subconscious minds to draw more heavily on themes from our past. And then it goes on to give examples of that. And that's kind of like there's dreams where I'm like, oh, I know what that means for my clients and for myself. And lately these dreams have been just like, huh, that makes no sense. That's really bizarre. And that makes sense if we're taking in less stimuli, if we have less stuff going on, then our brains are just going to kind of create randomness out of nowhere, and hence the vivid dreams. So that's what I think. I don't know what you guys think. And again, I would love to drop me a line, email me, text me, whatever. I would really love to hear what you guys think about that. Okay. So I promised a guided meditation, and I have made a commitment to keeping these at 30 minutes max. So I'm going to get right into it. I want to say, right, I talked about this book. They give us permission to use this as long as we don't make money out of it, to share it. So it's kosher that I'm reading from this. And I was kind of flipping through, looking at them, because I use this once in a while, not a ton. And when I found this one that I want to share with you guys, it gave me goosebumps because I feel like this is this guided meditation is something that somebody needs to hear. Like I feel like I found this not by accident. Hi Jessica, thank you for joining. So get comfortable. If you want, close your eyes, take your glasses off if you wear glasses, kick your feet up, do whatever you want to feel comfortable. And hopefully this was meant for you. And the title of this is Encouragement Reconnecting to Life. Like what? With us sheltering in place, doesn't it feel like there's that disconnect? Okay. Make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. if you want to. Don't close them if you don't want to. Take a slow, deep breath and let go of any tension as you feel yourself sinking into the surface you're resting on, becoming still more comfortable and relaxed. Take another slow, deep breath and release your thoughts, letting them drift far away. And take another slow, deep breath and know that in this moment, all is well. Imagine you've been scuba diving just off the coast of a tropical island, looking for a rare fish you've heard about, but only seen in pictures so far. You've heard from the locals that you can find this fish right here, right in the spot. So you've come to dive here every day, but without success. You've seen a few fish, some of them very pretty, but not the one you're looking for. Day after day you come and dive, and day after day you've had no luck. On the fifth day, you're diving and feeling pretty discouraged. And as that discouragement comes over you, you also begin to doubt you'll ever find what you're looking for. All the other times you tried things and failed begin to play in your memory. Before long, you're feeling quite hopeless and depressed. So you drift all the way down to the ocean floor and lay down there in your scuba gear. You've got plenty of air, but the longer you lay there, the less you feel like getting up. You're stuck and something needs to change. So you inwardly say the word help. Suddenly, a push of warm water begins to bubble up beneath you, coming right out of the seabed, like a deep sea jacuzzi. The bubbles feel good and are kind of tickling you, so you begin to move a little on the ocean floor. Then the bubbles increase and they begin to push up off the seabed, up through the depths, and up toward the surface. It feels as if the sea itself has decided you've been down there long enough and is giving you a hand back up. Take a moment to feel yourself floating up, up, up towards the surface, but not quite to the top. Just as you're nearing the surface of the water, you suddenly see the fish you've been looking for. There it is. Absolutely beautiful. Even more striking than the pictures you've seen, and full of color. And there's another, and more still. You're now swimming in the center of a school of those fish, hundreds of them. Take a moment to enjoy this thrilling feeling of success and beauty. Take some of this feeling and connect it back to your life and the challenges you have been facing recently. Know that you have the power, the energy, and the will within you to re-engage with life. Pursue your dream and do whatever it is you need to do. Take a moment with this now. Now, take a moment to visualize yourself taking your next step and doing whatever needs to be done. See and feel yourself taking action, engaging, and having the good feeling of being connected to life once again. It will soon be time to bring this inner journey to a close. But first, take a moment to thank yourself for giving yourself this gift. Let all the benefits of this experience stay with you, and you gently bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings. Take your time, and when you're ready, open your eyes and feel awake, alert, and refreshed. So I feel like in many ways, this meditation speaks directly to my experience, and I think many people's experiences. Like everything happens so quickly and so abruptly. There is no blueprint for how to manage sheltering in place. There is no blueprint for having to be super mindful of getting sick every time you leave your house. There's no blueprint for not being able to go visit parents, children, grandparents, to not be able to go to the hospital to see your niece's brand new child, or to go to the nursing home to visit your mom. We are all in so many ways so disconnected, and it is devastating. But you can get unstuck. You can use this guided meditation, use other things like this, and rise to the surface. And even in the midst of all this horror, tragedy, weirdness, fear, there are still beautiful things going on. There is still going for a walk at the first thing in the morning with your dogs and seeing the most glorious sunrise you've ever seen. There is still sitting in your driveway and keeping far away from your neighbors and still visiting. There are still Zoom calls with the Zen Center, Zoom calls for people in recovery, video sessions with your therapist. It's not the same and it's not as good as, but we still get to reconnect with our lives and with our people to the best that we can. And we get to know that this is temporary and this too shall pass. It's one of my favorite sayings and my most hated sayings of all time. Okay, so that's the guided meditation. I will tell you, it will be, this whole thing will be on my YouTube channel, Melanie Sibley Counseling. And from there, I will put the video up onto my website, msibleytherapy.com. I'm still looking for a video editor. If somebody is willing to take the time, has the time and the technology to go in and kind of splice out everything and just have the guided meditation and maybe a short intro, outro, I would love for that to be available to people so they don't have to wade through all the extra stuff and they can just have the meat of this. One of these days, I want to make videos like that. I'll probably just do them on YouTube and from there to my website. Honestly, I don't have the space for that right now. I'm not even talking time, I'm just talking energy. But if you guys have the energy and you want to edit this for me or know somebody that would be willing to, I would be incredibly grateful. Okay, I'm actually ending a little earlier. So I will say to those of you that are watching again, don't forget about this virtual summit. I see Gina's here. Hi, Gina and Jessica. I think I've already said hi, and Amy. So if any of you guys or anybody else that is watching has something you want to speak to help people, if you have a guided meditation, if you have something positive to share, something like that, please hit me up. This won't be on Melanie Sibley Counseling. This will be through Hanraku. We have that group. I'll add the link later. Hopefully we'll do a bunch between anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. I tried talking to somebody. She loves singing with her kids. I'm like, why don't you guys go live and do that? That was a fail. I get it. But if you have something to share, either to entertain or tips and tricks for people at home that are struggling, please hit me up, email, text. You can call, but really, like calling is just, it's difficult right now because between clients and my downtime, I'm not as effective. But email, I'll return pretty quickly. Text is even faster. You can find all my old videos on my YouTube channel and my website. For those of you watching that don't know, I am absolutely accepting new clients. I will say that space is limited. I have less energy, so I'm going to be working with less people than before, but I still do have some openings. Most of the time now I've taken to working at home. I think Tuesdays today is the one day I'll come to the office. And so since I'm working at home, I have a little more flexibility in when I'm working with people. I'm going to continue doing these every week, Facebook Lives, because they're fun for me. I don't understand what the fuck that means, but it's true. I look forward to doing this. So tune in next Tuesday at 12:15. If you have something you want me to talk to, if you have questions, things that you need help with, please let me know because probably the biggest thing is what am I going to do every week? And if you guys give me ideas, that would be a huge relief for me. Okay. And don't forget the therapist directory will be out very, very soon, and it will be small, real-time, dynamic, and super useful. So keep an eye out for more information on that also. Thank you guys for joining me. Please spread the word, share this video. I'll see you next week. Peace. I wish I had a remote so that I could end like this, but I'm never going to be that cool. Maybe I will. Peace.